Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be doing a review comparison on the two Beast gaming laptop. They're both 17-inch gaming laptops. The specs are very similar. The only main difference is, I would say, the aesthetics and pretty much the company, and I'll get right into everything. So like, as I said before, they're both 17 inches gaming laptops, and their specs are pretty much identical. They both have an i7 Sandy Bridge processor, the 2630M. I believe turbo boost at 2.9 gigahertz for both of them. As far as RAM goes, the Asus has 12 GB of RAM, and the MSI gaming laptop has 16. But keep in mind that 16 is kind of overkill, but you know, you get what you paid for. I believe the MSI is a little bit more because of RAM and other stuff. As far as functionality goes, there are a few key differences as well. For example, the MSI has the keyboard is backlit as well, but the Asus it's white, whereas the MSI you could choose any colors you want. As far as the graphics cards on these, both of these has the GTX 560. Keep in mind, I believe the Asus has the 2 GB RAM, which is another model of the graphics card that has more cores in it. So I believe the Asus actually has the better graphics card, even though they're the same model. The Asus actually has the one with let's see, 192 cores GPU, and the MSI has the 128. That's the one with the 1.5 GB. So even though they're the same GPU model, they're not really the same. As far as the screen size goes, the MSI has a matte screen display. They're both full HD, 1080p. But the MSI is non-glare, and as you can see, the Asus, you see from the reflection, has a glossy finish to it. As far as that goes, actually, I mentioned that they have the same CPU. They actually don't. The Asus actually has the 2670QM, which is 3.1 turbo boost, I believe. So it's a little bit faster. So you sacrifice the RAM for some, GPU and CPU processing. And RAM is cheap anyway, so it's a good thing. For the Asus, you only have 500 gigabyte of hard drive space, whereas the MSI you have 1 terabyte, and it's in RAID 0. So the 500 GB are in RAID 0 as far as the things goes. Let's see. They both have Bluetooth, and they both have DVD recorder, RW. So that should be fine. They both have wireless and all the standard stuff. Okay, I lied again. The Asus has 3 GB of RAM, not 2 GB. 3 GB makes it the one, like I said, 192 cores, which is, I could confirm that it's a lot better than the one with 1.1, especially if you want to do 3D on the Asus laptop, because that's going to use a lot of the VRAM. That's going to take up a lot of VRAM in it. So more cores, more VRAM. Big plus for the Asus. A little bit less on the MSI part. Anyways, the Asus, I like it a lot better, in my opinion, as far as aesthetics goes. It's very smooth. They're both very steel or whatever, very solid laptops. I believe the MSI has more plastic, as you can see on this, whereas the Asus has a little bit of soft touch right here. It feels really nice. Oh my god, it feels really nice. But the MSI, all these up here are plastic and just a little bit of metal here. But both have a webcam, standard webcam, doesn't really matter. Mic, webcam, and whatnot. Let's go into the ports. Actually, here, there's one thing I want to mention. The MSI does have these buttons up here, I explained it in my other video. This one you could customize it, multimedia, fan, it controls this fan, backlit of the keyboard, wireless, Bluetooth, and battery, or on off, whatever. Oh yeah, battery. And CD eject. Whereas the Asus only has this button, which, oh, and apparently I turned it on accident. That button, what it actually does is, previous generations of the gaming laptop, the Asus, it used to be a turbo boot, or like a quick overclock button. Now it's just Cloud Express, whatever that is. But anyways, you don't really need that. But this in Windows actually does what it does. It changes your say like battery control. Not battery control. What am I thinking? Like performance mode, multimedia mode, or battery savers mode. So it controls that only. So because of the CPU in here is Sandy Bridge, so you can't really overclock Sandy Bridge on a laptop because they don't allow unlocked CPUs. Well, more on that in a little bit. And also the keyboard, the number pad. This, I think you have to download a mod driver for this because this is not a numlock anymore. It's it brings up your calculator, because one time I was spamming this button like, what the hell? Why isn't my thing work? So it popped up a bunch of calculators. I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, yeah. Let's get on with the outside stuff. On the right hand side, the MSI has, of course, the DVD recorder, 2 USB 2.0, and the Asus has 1 USB 3.0, 1 USB 2.0, VGA, HDMI, Ethernet, and power connection, and a SD reader. And in the front, here we have the, your standard LEDs, battery, power, hard drive read, wireless. The MSI has the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, battery, sleep, and hard drive read. And the touchpad, though, it feels really nicer, a lot nicer on the Asus. Like, you don't hear that clicky noise, you know what I mean? Whereas on the MSI, it's like and it's also like plasticky. I don't like the feeling where the Asus is just like soft touch. It's so nice. Keep in mind that I'm not a fan. I am a fanboy of Asus, but I like both brands. I've used both brands. Their customer service is pretty nice, both of them. As far as RMA goes as well, both of them. Anyways, on the left side, 2 USB ports, lock thingy, DVD RW, headphones, and microphone. Oh, and over on the MSI, you have here's where it gets a little bit interesting. You could put a 5.1 surround sound speakers into this laptop because it supports it. It has all the requirements, and you can put up to 2 headphones into here. One for your friend if you have one, and one for yourself. Over on the left side, you have 3 USB ports. 2 of them are USB 2.0s up here, SD card reader, and another 2.0. Did I say 3.0? These 2 are 3.0s. Both laptops have a total of 4 USB slots. The MSI has 2 3.0s, and the Asus only has 1, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the back of the Asus. Nothing really much back here. Just the exhaust. Actually, these are great coolers. This is what I think makes the Asus more superior than the MSI, is because of the superior cooling. And we'll take a look at those later. When it's actually running games, benchmarking, you can actually feel all the hot air blowing out. It's ridiculous. Whereas the MSI, the air is only coming out a tiny little slot right here. So that's a thumbs down for the MSI, in my opinion. As far as the back for the MSI goes, you have your what is that? Ethernet cable, VGA power slot, eSATA, and HDMI. I like this, and also this is not aesthetics. Some air comes out here too, but on this side it's just aesthetics. It's fake. Same as over here. It's aesthetics on the DVD drive, and a lock thingy over here from the MSI. Let's see. Yeah, as far as everything else goes, the laptop, you know, for the MSI feels more metal-ish, like aluminum-ish, but it's kind of like plastic. But the Asus, again, is really nice soft touch to it. And the keyboard, like, it's not that noisy, you know, you don't have a lot of clicking noise, so it's extremely good. Whereas the MSI, you could, you know, hear the clicks and whatnot. It's made by SteelSeries, apparently, and you hear clicks and all that. Yeah, I mean, both of these laptops are definitely great, and they're beast laptops. But I'll show you guys the benchmarks and all the temperatures, readings, and all that in the next video. So be sure to check out the part 2 for that. Coming up, I'll do the benchmarking, side-to-side comparison again for the benchmarks, and looks like we're all set here. And again, as always, if you like this video, make sure you thumbs it up and favorite it. Make sure you leave a comment down below as well, and subscribe to our channel. This is Tom from OC King TV. God bless. Have a good day.